Hey.
Oh, man. All right. Top 10 teams. Week.
Whoa. Where's your energy at, boy?
Bro, it's just because every time I just feel like you guys are just out to
No,
get
you've
me.
been fine lately.
Yeah, past couple weeks
Listen,
we
as
haven't.
long as you don't have the Patriots at number 10, I think everything will be fine.
Well, Logan, I'm so sorry because
Number 10.
number 10.
Hey!
They've been hot.
That's a good pick. Hottest team in the NFL.
I would say one word to describe his team is hot.
I can't hate it. Really can't do it.
Thank you.
I'm not going to do it.
They absolutely smoked
Oh, we had the wrong
We'll
ass
try it
words.
Smoked. the Browns.
Freaking Tom has them at number 1.
What are you talking about, and where did that come from?
Stay tuned for Pizza's Power Rankings.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, right.
Patriots
Yeah,
at number
number
TJ,
one.
if anybody's been getting the heat lately, it's been
Oh
me.
no! Yeah.
You've been off
That's because you've been doing
scot-free.
stupid
Yeah.
stuff.
Hey, look,
lately.
I know what it feels like now. I know what it feels like.
Welcome to my world.
So, all right, I just want to bring up one thing, though. So, Mac Jones, clearly the best rookie quarterback right now.
Yes.
What if he and Trev switch spots? He went to the Jags. Trev comes over to the Patriots. Is Trevor Lawrence having just as good, if not better, of a year than Mac Jones is?
No.
Nah, Bill Belichick would have made him get a haircut, and it all would have been downhill from there.
You really
Justin
think that?
Herbert effect?
Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence would do just as well.
I think Trevor Lawrence would do even better.
I don't think Mac
I don't know
Jones
if he'd
would
do better.
I think Mac Jones would be all right in on the Jags, but I don't know if Trevor would be all right on the Patriots.
Really?
Because I think the Jags
I
were
don't.
just destined to be bad anyway.
Yeah.
Their coaching staff is terrible.
In my opinion, it's the coaching staff of
Yeah.
the Patriots. So I think if Trevor went there, it would be no
I
different.
think he'd be all right.
I just feel like Mac Jones is like the best replacement for Brady because he's like
Well, he
stays
fits the
back to the
stereotype.
scramble.
Yeah, he has
Right.
a dad bod.
And that's what the Patriots have had for the last 15
Yeah, but the
years.
Patriots are one of the rare franchises that can actually do that with a non-mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
Right, I know that's why I think Mac Jones is a great fit for them.
Yeah,
Right,
he's-
but if Mac Jones went to the Jaguars, do you really think that he'd be good?
I think
I don't want to like hate on him because he's doing really good
Yeah,
right
I
now,
think-
but it's significantly more difficult if you're on a team like the Jaguars.
especially
think
being
he
a
would-
rookie, the coaching is very important.
I think he would be
So,
better than Trevor on the Jags.
Wow.
Okay, that's a pretty bold statement in my opinion.
bold.
So you think it's more of by saying that you'd be saying it's more on Mac Jones that he's doing good than it is the Patriots, Bill Belichick in the scheme.
I just think
You think Mac
Bill
Jones as a
Belichick,
player
never
is,
getting respect.
I think it's the fit. I think Mac Jones fits on the Patriots. I don't think he would fit on the Jaguars.
Fit.
But I think that he would do better than Trevor on the Jags.
you don't think Trev could fit on the Patriots?
I don't think Trev would do.
because he
I
could
think
sit in the
could.
pocket and he can
He
throw.
could, but I don't. I think Mac Jones is a better fit.
Wow.
Mac Jones is a better fit. I'll give you that.
Wow.
But I do think Trevor Lawrence would be better than Mac Jones had they switched teams.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they didn't. And the Patriots are number 10. They're on a hot winning streak.
I'll tell you what, TJ. I as long as you don't have the Chiefs at number 9, I'll overlook the Patriots at 10.
You're in luck because I have the Jaguars at number 9.
Number
I
9.
may
Joe,
have
someone's
seen
premature.
9 and 10. Now
Yeah.
I don't know. What's
Oh,
happening.
Logan already spoiled
You
it.
gotta let me say my numbers.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's too late.
Yeah, the Chiefs, they're back.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, I mean, we were looking at it. They're 6-4, and every team they've lost to has been a very good team.
Good squad.
Good.
We're talking here.
But why can't the Chiefs have scored in those games? That's why we were so skeptical on them.
Yeah.
It was more of their defense that people were skeptical about, though.
No, I wasn't because they couldn't
Daniel
score.
Sorensen.
But they
Was
couldn't
it-
score.
Can't cover a freaking dead body.
Was it Washington that they couldn't score on, really? And it was like a super close game that we thought they might
Washington.
actually lose?
The
football
first
team?
half,
I
and they
think, yeah,
went
the
away
first
with
half,
it. in the
yeah,
second
Yeah,
half.
yeah, it was the first half. So look, you do have to put that into perspective, though. We're talking losses from the Chargers.
Yep.
We're talking losses
Bills.
from the Bills,
Titans.
the Titans,
Yep.
The Ravens.
and the Ravens.
Yep.
All good teams.
All pretty good teams.
All of them are in the playoff hunt, absolutely. I
Yeah,
think the Chargers might be the only team out, but are they in now?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're close.
With the
They're on the
Raiders loss,
fringe.
I don't know.
I think the Raiders are in the playoffs with the way they're moving right now. I mean, not the Raiders, the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
Oh, she's are. They're the first in their division.
Oh,
They
you
have-
don't want to see them in the playoffs.
You don't want to see them in the playoffs.
Because if your team is going against them, you're not feeling so hot.
Right. So, you like them better than the Patriots, even though the Patriots are hot right now.
Yeah, I think it's very close between those two. You'd have to make a very strong argument for the Patriots to be ahead
How
of
strong?
the Chiefs. Pretty strong.
steroid strong.
But I feel like if those two teams played right now, I think Chiefs are winning.
See, I like the Chiefs better, but I'm
I
honest
think-
with you. I think I would pick the Patriots.
I would too.
It would definitely be a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Splendid.
Man, like, I don't know. That is so weird to even think of picking the Patriots, but I think I would
Yeah,
do it.
at the start of the season, I didn't think the Patriots would ever make the top 10. But
Yeah.
here they are.
I also
Here they
never
are.
thought the Chiefs would be out of the top 10 at some
But
point.
here they
and
are.
have been.
Here they are.
It just goes to show
Last
what
week,
you do and what you don't know.
last week,
My
neither.
rap's got the flow.
Oh,
I'm sitting here with my bros.
you just don't know.
I just
You
hit a
don't
dough.
know. Don't do that. If you hit a dough, like, that'd be stupid. Like, you have to fix your car and
Yeah,
whatnot, and
you
like get
probably
a
have,
new
like, a
hood.
different color hood then.
Yeah,
after that.
and then you
Like a
probably just
black
bought
one or
and
something
you
like
have
that?
bought like
Like
a
a
black
black hood?
spoiler to like go with the hood.
Hey.
It has to be painted
But it kind of
black
looks
by a
like
really good
matte.
friend.
Yeah, it's like matte
Yeah.
black
What
metallic.
See,
Yeah.
now you're coming at me for not my top 10. All right.
Number 8.
Well, wait.
Whoa,
Those-
whoa,
I
whoa,
just
whoa,
wanna say,
whoa.
those two teams weren't in the top 10 last week, but now they are.
Wow.
Potential for Chiefs to move up.
Yes, and Patriots. Both teams, honestly.
Pretty much they're dating.
Also, I want to say that in this top 10, only one team stayed. Every other team moved.
Packers.
Wow.
That goes
Every
to
other
show
team moved.
quite a bit.
Titans.
All right.
Number 8.
The Ravens.
They lost to the Dolphins. Handily.
They're in here.
It showed. All you need to do is just send them at Lamar.
Send 'em.
Stack the box. Go get him. And he panicked.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
They figured out Lamar this game. They figured out the whole Ravens team, but
I get why people don't do that all the time.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
pretty obvious. That's what you need to do.
the other teams haven't been doing that. And until they do that, I still think they're a top 10 team.
Now that they know that it works, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
I hope. But it's been years and nobody's really. I mean, someone else has had to have done that.
Right. Maybe teams respected Lamar Jackson's throwing a little bit better.
I don't know why.
I don't know. But
They have potential to move down, and they have potential to move up. But
they're lucky to be here. I'm not going to hate
yeah.
the number 8 spot in the top 10 because they're 6-3, top of the AFC North,
Yeah.
which even knows what's going on in that division
yeah,
right
right.
now. But
Yeah.
the close games, the comebacks that they've had to have, relying on Lamar Jackson running and going crazy,
Yep.
one dang thing happens to him,
One.
which
Done.
you already
Oh,
know
yeah.
that he's in jeopardy. He gets hit quite a bit.
He
Does
gets
get
hit.
quite a bit, but he's
Right.
He's a.
sustaining.
He's a.
Those
don't get
jukes
it.
that he do, you see how players just tear their ACLs
Oh,
from
yeah.
jukes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not rooting for it to happen. I'm just saying, just
Oh,
the way
yeah.
that he cuts so fast.
Oh yeah.
Just 1 centimeter off.
Right,
Oh.
but that's not why I'm not hating on the Ravens because I think Lamar Jackson's going to get hurt. I mean, if you're a Ravens fan, are you satisfied with how they've played despite where they're at right
Or
now?
they're senile, so probably.
Senile.
Well, that brings us to our next team.
Yeah. See, I think Ravens are definitely out of my top 10.
Wow.
Spoiler.
I haven't put the
Spoiler.
list together
But
yet.
but Lamar isn't hurt yet.
That's not why. I mean, I've not enjoyed them this season.
I've enjoyed them this season.
wait. Numbers guy.
I mean, to be fair, I have enjoyed like the comebacks. It's been kind of like
See?
cool to root against and then get disappointed.
So you.
I don't
That's
know.
brilliant. That's so fun.
number guy.
Would you
number
say
guy.
the next number?
Number 7.
Nice.
Bounce,
That
go,
is
wow,
the-
wow, wow.
Wow.
Right now, this is my most disappointed team in the NFL.
They got smacked.
Yep.
Smacked.
Yep.
Why?
More disappointing
Why?
Couldn't tell you.
than. Dang, I can't think
Do you
of a
see
team
their
fast
team?
enough. I see their team, and I've noticed that as soon as they had those 2 new additions, they haven't won a game.
Whoa.
You see
put
with
that
the
on Von Miller and
49ers?
OBJ?
You see what happened to the 49ers against Colt McCoy?
Who?
Colt McCoy? Did you see?
Yeah, I
what-
mean-
what they just did to them?
Yeah, I did. Do you see that big win that Colt McCoy had?
Who?
Versus the freaking 49ers?
So is Colt McCoy better than Matthew Stafford?
Colt McCoy's better than Matthew Stafford.
Oh my god.
Confirmed factual statement.
Okay.
No, I don't. It just doesn't make sense. I don't get it either. I really
Nothing about
don't.
this season
and
makes sense,
and
though.
none of us are surprised that the Rams lost, right?
Nope.
Like
I am.
we're not at this
I
point.
am.
Look,
We were literally
Okay.
talking about it.
I would be, but I'm just my mind is becoming so numb to these
Yep.
this is a pretty big upset, regardless how you want to say it or not. This is a pretty big upset with how the 49ers have been playing.
Yep.
This list I know was this tough for you to put together at all or no?
It was some things were and some things weren't, but like this team, they moved down.
Right. It's just so interesting because the last 2 weeks have been unreal
Yeah,
with
pretty
the
much.
upsets that we're talking about.
The top
Just
five,
2 weeks ago, the top 4 teams
Yep.
lost. All of them lost.
Yep.
Now this past week, Rams lose.
Yep.
Bad loss.
Yep.
Who else lost?
Buccaneers lost.
Buccaneers will lose to the football
Ravens
team.
even, and they're not a top team, but they lost.
Ravens
bad
lost.
team.
Cardinals.
And then Cardinals lost, of course, with their backup quarterback.
Yep.
That's 4 teams here that are in the top 10, I'm assuming,
Right.
that lost again. It just keeps happening over and over and over again. Dude, Vegas is making so much money.
Oh yeah.
So much money.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
They're
they-
loving it right now.
What if they lost
The
so
whole-
much money last year? They're like, we got to gain it back.
I know,
Yeah, with
dude.
COVID? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying,
Wow.
man.
New conspiracy?
I want to look into that one.
Check it out. NFL's rigged. Hashtag confirmed.
I kind of want to look into that one.
But yeah, the Rams are number 7. They moved down after the loss to the 49ers. I think they're going to stay around this spot for the rest of the season. I think they're going to move up a little bit and,
like,
be at the end of the top 5. But
you don't think they're going to crack the top 3 again?
I don't see them doing it. I don't know. They could.
Man.
They definitely can. But with the other teams that are there right now, I just feel like, I don't know, those teams have to fall off pretty
All right, well, we'll see who's in your top 3. I could absolutely see them cracking the top 3
But
again.
first, we have to
I wouldn't be shocked if they hit number 1 again.
Why are you
Oh
yelling?
my god.
Whoa.
No? No shot?
It could
I mean,
happen.
yeah,
It could
it's a
happen.
shot.
They have,
Why
to be,
not?
they have to be ahead of the Cardinals in order to do that.
All right.
All right.
That is very true. How about number 6?
Oh, damn
Buccaneers.
Bucks lost 2 games in a row.
Yep.
They moved
Bye
them
week
down.
in the middle.
Move them
Yep.
down.
Move them down.
Defense
Same
is
stuff
not performing.
No.
Right.
Nope. They're having
Brady,
issues.
bad game.
And after losing to the football team, like
He
at
lost
the beginning
to
of
Trevor Simeon and Heineke now.
right at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season, this team Super Bowl victory champions. They're beating every team. They can beat any team, and they did. And then the injuries happened. They've lost 2 games bye week. I don't know what. I don't
now
know.
they could lose to any team.
That's what I feel
Maybe.
like, yeah.
I will say though, Taylor Heineke really wanted this game.
He did.
He had this,
He
He's
did.
been looking forward to this game since he lost in the playoffs
Mhm.
last year and had his spectacular game that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Logan. He actually said that himself.
He did.
Did he really?
He said that himself.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
He could,
Thing
he
is-
could pretty much retire now.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he probably
I'm
will be
sure
out of
he's
the league
probably
next-
Go off into the sunset.
Is he in
If
the league next year?
I don't know if he. Heineke?
Yeah, he'll be in the league.
Yeah, he's in the league. As a starter?
Where's he gonna go? You
Well,
know
yeah,
how bad
or
worse
as
people
like-
there
starter.
are?
I should say as a starter.
As
I'm
a
sorry.
starter?
As a starter.
Thing is,
Yeah.
regardless of
I don't
That's
see
a good
it.
question.
Yeah.
regardless if he wanted it or not, they lost
Facts. Chase Young got hurt. Not that it matters because he hasn't done crap.
and they
this
still
year.
lost.
Right, it was a very good win, very
So I had to
bad
move
loss.
down.
It's
Yeah.
it was just so surprising because I picked them in the Survivor poll, expecting Tom Brady.
Ball don't lie, boy.
What does that even mean,
Ball don't lie.
You kind of lost.
bro? You've
twice.
been out since week 4,
Shut
whatever.
up,
it
you
Ball
was.
don't
twice.
lie.
You lost twice.
You're out.
in 1 week.
I
Yep.
didn't lose twice. What are you talking about?
Because you and Frank are a couple, so you lost together.
That's
Therefore,
so
you lost
funny.
twice.
That's so funny. All right.
Anyways, I can see this team going down or up. Either way, I feel like they're also going to stay around this spot with the Rams. the
More
rest of the
likely to
season.
go down or up.
Yeah.
More likely.
Oh man, I feel like go down, but with the way they're performing versus how the other teams are performing, I just feel like
Well, I mean, all these other teams are so inconsistent as well.
there's a few that I like better. There's 5 more that I like better.
Right. Last thing I want to say about the Bucks, we've been talking about they've been able to get it done without AB, without Gronk or whatever, and now it's
Mhm.
catching up to him. AB
Yep.
hasn't played for a while now,
Yep.
and it's resulting in a little bit of inconsistency from Tom Brady.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I don't know what that means. How about we move on to number 5?
The
Oh.
Arizona Cardinals.
Damn.
TJ.
That's a big jump.
Hey, they jumped down to number 5 after a big loss to the Panthers.
Yeah.
They have to be here because of that big loss. I have to move them down. And the way the other teams performed, I had to move those teams up. I don't expect them to go down any further. I feel like for the rest of the season, they're going to be in the top 5.
Wow.
I think they're going to be in the top 3. But for this week,
What if they lose next week to the Seahawks?
that's
Right.
right.
Because I have to ask you the question because Kyler may not play.
Right.
So they could save him past the bye week to really keep him healthy for the rest of the season.
Would you rush him to play? I wouldn't.
No.
No.
I mean,
Not-
here's the thing. I mean, you've obviously lost this game. It's not guaranteed you're going to lose to
Right.
the Seahawks, but you're probably going to lose to the Seahawks. The Seahawks are the last in the division right now, or the 49ers last in the division?
Probably
Probably
Seahawks.
Seahawks. The 49ers
So-
just won.
If they would lose, the Rams lost. It's not the worst for them.
That's such an interesting predicament because I'm not going to say
I
that
mean,
the
you gotta
first
look at
round buys out of the window, but you want to look at it from a home field advantage
know.
perspective.
I know.
And right now
there's
you're
only one
fighting
of
with
those
their
now, so
home field advantage you'll have until you verse a team that's a higher
just not
seed
a
than you.
bye.
So if you finish as a number 2 seed, which they're fighting with the Rams for that, they have to win the division in order to be able to get that. So, man, it really depends. I don't know what
You look
Kyler's
at the
injury
Seahawks
actually
just putting up
entails.
0 points against the Packers.
Yeah, I
it could-
know,
it could
but
go
I
either
mean,
way.
we've seen the 49ers be absolute
I know.
dog water the entire
That
season.
might be even more reason for them to sit Kyler. They're like, hey, Seahawks didn't score last week. Let's send in Colt McCoy, see what he can do.
Yeah, but Colt McCoy also, woohoo.
Oh, you're right.
You
You're
know?
right. You're right.
Interesting scenario. You want to get the home field advantage, especially imagine like you want to avoid going into Lambeau Field
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because dude,
Yeah,
I mean that's
you do.
the one place you don't want to play. Number one,
You
if you're an
do.
Arizona team and you're used to
Yeah,
all the
it's
warm
cold.
weather,
It is cold.
Aaron Rodgers is
Yep.
really good
What's
in
the
those
problem for-
situations.
Was
Well,
he?
in
Was he?
cold weather, cold weather.
Was he? Was he though?
He's a
against
CW
Tom Brady.
cold weather guy.
in the championship game last year.
All right.
no.
Okay, was any team good versus Tom Brady? Okay, it's
Yeah.
Washington, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Football team.
whatever, they still lost. But
Hey, all I know is Rodgers has a bad reputation in the playoffs. But off topic. Continue.
yeah,
this
I mean,
team, right smack dab in the middle. I see them going up.
They
But
yeah.
right now they're here because well, also I want to say 5 through 3 I feel like is very interchangeable
Really.
in my opinion. I feel like 5 through
Well,
3
We'll be the judge.
is
of
very
that.
close. You will be the judge of that. But first you got to get to number 4, the Cowboys.
boys put up a number.
Can I say something? I'm surprised you don't have them higher.
You're surprised I don't have it higher.
I'm
Well, I don't have it
actually-
higher
I'm
because the
surprised you
other
don't
teams
have
ahead
mine.
of them, the way they performed.
I'm trying
The
to think of what you did
Cowboys-
here.
The Cowboys put on their Timberlands and they stomped.
Still toe.
Spell
Still
Timberlands.
Ti- They have been hot all season. 7-2.
Yeah.
7
lost
and
to
2.
the Bucks and they lost to
Broncos.
The Broncos.
The Broncos.
Yeah.
They're pretty much a top 4 team.
Beat the
But they
Patriots and beat
dominated
the Chargers.
this game.
Those are their big games they won.
It's
this
just unbelievable to me that a team like that lost so badly to the Broncos.
Yeah. Well, that's
And then all
that's
these
what
teams are
happens this
doing that.
year.
fluke of a game.
They
I
have been
guess, maybe.
so.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's so much more understandable if you lose a close game because close games
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
To get dominated like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they
But
did.
a big factor in this game, Dan Quinn, defensive coordinator, going against his former team.
I forgot about that.
He's a rat.
He knows things.
What do you mean he's a rat?
He's a rat. He's a roach, and I hate him.
You don't actually hate
And he's
him.
bald.
You don't actually
He's
hate
the
him.
worst kind of hair you could have.
Wow.
That's
Not
no
a
hair.
That could be you one of these days.
That could be you.
Probably might be.
Could be any one of us.
Nope.
All right. So, what were you saying, man? That threw me off.
Yeah,
so
Dan
bad.
Quinn.
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously knows. Like, he has a whole new coaching staff over there, but he knows the players. He knows the franchise.
Right. I mean, what
That
you
helps.
do if you're them, you bring Dan Quinn to the office and you lay everything out in front of him.
Because he's a rat.
Hey, he's a rat.
Yes. Why
Well,
would he do
all right,
that?
whatever. Sure, he's a rat.
Why wouldn't you do
Why would
that?
you-
You're
We
saying you wouldn't
paid
do
him.
that?
We paid him well.
We paid him well. Well,
So?
guess what? He's
I
getting
wouldn't
paid.
do that. I would never do
Yeah,
that.
but you relieved him of his duties, and
Yeah,
now he
'cause he
wasn't getting
sucked.
paid anymore. Yeah, but I mean, Dan Quinn had to be the
He's
main
a
guy.
defensive
That's,
coordinator. He didn't even know how to run a defense as head coach.
Now look at him.
Now look at him. Hey, that's 100% what happened, in my opinion. I think
Hey.
that's why the game got out of
I
hand.
will say, dude, Cowboys defense, I was dogging on. I hated them at the beginning of the year. They're doing all
Hey,
right.
don't dog on them no
They're
more.
doing all right.
Very respectable. Very good.
Number
3.
3, the Buffalo Bills.
Okay,
They're back.
Beat the Jets.
so I have
Stomped.
the Cowboys
Stomped on
above
the
them.
Jets.
I have the Cowboys above them.
I don't hate that. Again, I said 5 through 3. I feel like are very interchangeable. The reason the Bills, it's just the way
Cowboys have been more consistent, minus the Broncos game. You know,
they've
Right,
been more
exactly.
consistent, but the Bills have been stomping on those bad teams. Besides the Jags,
and the Dolphins. They
Yeah,
had
the
close. They
Cardinals really-
destroyed the Dolphins once, and then it was a little bit closer the second time they played.
Because the Cardinals really haven't lost to like any bad teams either. They kept it close with a couple of them.
Yeah, it
but
was close with the Vikings. Might have been the worst.
Vikings and the Jags.
I agree with that.
Kind of
It's,
got away
it's
towards
the
the
fact that Kyler's out and they had that big loss. I
Yeah.
have to put them at 5 right now. I don't see the Cardinals going any lower than 5 unless they
And the
lose
Cardinals
this week.
not having DeAndre Hopkins is a huge thing, man. They don't have a great number 2. I mean, Christian Kirk is
See, I
he's
think
okay.
I really think the Cardinals have one of the best receiving cores in the NFL, personally.
When Hopkins is there,
On
yes,
paper,
but I
they
just
do.
feel like whenever he's not there, they can't step up enough to be that
Yeah.
dominant.
They're also playing without Kyler Murray, though, so it's hard to really be able to tell.
That's true. That is true also.
I mean,
Well, they should be the ones stepping up whenever
They
he's not
have
there.
Yeah.
like maybe they don't have like a super dominant wide receiver too, but they have more depth than any team
Yeah,
in the
I mean
NFL.
Kirk, he's good.
Kirk,
And Rondell Moore is a good
AJ
rookie.
Green, Rondell Moore. I'm not even sure if they still have Isabella, but you haven't
The
even heard his
Buccaneers
name
have
anymore.
a really deep receiver core, though.
Yeah, they do too. I
Yeah.
mean, they're
They do.
better in my opinion,
Cowboys,
Yeah.
but
and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But oh man, see, my 3 is an absolute different order. Like your 3, 4, 5.
spoilers.
What do you have him at?
Am I allowed to spoil it?
You can't spoil it.
I think I could spoil it
Wow.
because I would
You
have.
already told us you had the Patriots at number 1.
Yeah,
Like, what else do you want
I
to
didn't
give
say
away?
that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Cowboys at 3, Cardinals at 4, Bills at 5.
I don't hate it.
Is what I is what
you
I
still
would
have the
have.
Cardinals above the Bills.
Yeah,
All right,
I would.
cool.
I don't hate
I
it.
would too.
It's just a backup quarterback thing.
I know.
This is going
Their
into week
defense
11. This is
isn't
going into
playing
week
that great
11.
either.
Right, yeah. Bills defense, nobody thinks about it. They have like the number 1 defense in the league right now.
Yeah.
It's all Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Nobody's
Score
paying
points.
attention to their defense.
That's what I'm
you
saying
bet
about
Josh
Cardinals
Allen,
you have
defense is
to.
like falling. They haven't
Right.
been doing good.
No.
And the game the Bills had versus Jaguars, I mean, that could have got out of hand and looked really ugly. That could have looked like a Cowboys-Broncos game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Number
let's move on to number 2.
Oh.
Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
They are the number 2
That is
team.
high, but could I hate on it a lot?
I actually
No,
cannot
I
hate
can't.
on this.
But why do I really want to? But then I can't.
You can't hate on this because they've won a ton of games in a row.
Yeah.
Without Derrick Henry.
Close game versus the Saints, but it's all right.
They
If you
won.
win this year, you win.
Yeah.
True.
If you win a game this year, you win.
You win.
You
Well
just
said.
I feel
Well
like I
said,
just said
DJ.
that.
I think last
not
year,
entirely
last year,
sure.
if you won a game, it didn't matter.
Nope. This time, if
Fucking mad.
Who was winning in 2020? You know what I mean?
hey, they have proved that they don't need Derrick Henry.
What?
The last
Okay.
2 games,
They-
They,
haven't
okay,
proved
don't
that
say
they
they
don't
don't
need
need.
I don't think they
him.
don't. Okay.
They
Well,
need him.
wow.
There was a close game against the Saints.
okay.
They need him.
They've proven that they could get it done.
and they have an easy schedule ahead of them. They
What's
can't
the
make a deep
difference-
playoff run without
What's
him.
the difference between need and get it done?
Not need as in he could be cut from the team and they would have just as better odds, or they would have better odds winning a playoff game.
Right.
I wouldn't say better odds, but they haven't lost since he's been gone.
Yeah, but they're not a better team without him.
I don't think they're better, but I don't think they need him
So you think they can win the Super Bowl without him?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on who they're playing.
No way.
It all depends on who they're playing.
I mean, it's not.
It's not the craziest
You're
thing
right,
that you
right.
can say, and a lot of people would probably agree with you. And I feel like I've been the biggest
it's probably,
skeptic of
it's
the
probably to
Titans.
say because it's weird to say you don't need Derrick Henry.
right.
That
No,
doesn't- it
do
doesn't
they
make
want
sense.
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Yes. Do they need him? I don't think they need him. I don't think they need him.
What's it? This is a team that doesn't make sense to me. Here's
Because at the
why.
beginning.
They seem,
Because
don't
no,
they seem
not
like they're
even
playing
that, because
better
they
without
seem
Derrick
like
Henry?
they were about to be a powerhouse.
Yeah, because they're
they got
trying-
Julio Jones, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown.
Right.
Julio Jones hasn't
Bust.
done crap, and he was hurt.
Ha,
Derrick
loser.
Henry got hurt, and yet they're still
Yeah.
getting
Right.
it done.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
With Derrick Henry, they're just like, all right, well, we don't need to do anything else but just hand it off. Now they're actually
Their
like,
run
okay, we have
game
to- we have
has
to-
been okay.
Yeah.
And maybe teams aren't expecting the run now because they don't have Derrick Henry.
Who are they passing it to?
AJ Brown.
AJ
It's
Brown.
AJ
Anybody
Brown.
else?
That's it.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. Who's their
They're
tight
running
end?
backs,
It's-
maybe. I
it's
don't know.
weird to me.
Yeah.
I
Is their
just
tight
don't-
end? I don't even know.
Devontae
their tight end.
Foreman. is-
Ferkser.
What did you
Swain
say?
Peterson.
Ferkser?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Didn't they have Janu?
Johnu Smith.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if they still have him or not.
I think I think overall
I
they're
don't
very
understand
put
this
together.
team. Now that I'm really thinking about it. This doesn't make sense.
You do have to like this team, and I'm gonna step back a little bit and be a man for a second.
Mm.
I think I was a little bit wrong with my power rankings
Wow.
last week.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is going to be hard to really tell because of the scenario. What exactly is going to happen? We all know it's going to happen. Okay, the Titans are going to do fantastic the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to go into the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then Derrick Henry's going to come back to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to see the Titans versus a true, really good team.
Imagine he comes back
and they
And they
lose
do bad.
really bad.
because they got used to the chemistry they got flowing right now. He comes back.
Not only that, but they're just so used to the easy competition that they're
'Cause I
about
feel
to
like when you
have.
have Derrick Henry, your whole scheme is so different.
That's the other thing. Like, what if they are doing so well once they get to the playoffs? He comes back and they just say, "Hey, we're not going to play you."
They wouldn't do that in a million years.
That's what I'm saying, though. But then you got to.
It's
I
like,
don't know.
When I feel like you always want your team to do good, but do you ever like deep down feel like, man, I kind of hate that they're doing well without me? Like, you think that even crosses his mind? Like,
I don't know where you just
maybe
pulled that
not
from.
necessarily a player of the caliber of Derrick
Right,
Henry,
yeah.
but yeah, somebody
I
of
feel
a
like
lower
there's
stature.
players
yeah.
out there that like are
I mean,
like, man,
yeah.
Oh,
this
100%.
sucks. Like, why are they
100%.
doing so good without me?
I think it would be more of players that are at the same position as you that
Yeah.
are stealing your
Yeah.
reps.
Like a quarterback.
Like if Trey Lance came in and was dominant, and
Yeah.
Garoppolo's like, well, this sucks.
I think the biggest one is
Yeah.
wide receiver. They
Yeah.
steal targets from other players.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you only
Yeah.
get a couple opportunities per game.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I don't see this team going any higher.
Wow.
I don't see them being the number one team, but I also don't.
I can see them going lower only if because
No.
they have such an easy schedule. If they lose
That's the
multiple, of
I
these
can
games.
100% see them being number one because
If-
they
if
could
no.
rip
You're
off.
wrong, yeah.
They could rip off 6 more in a row.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what to do with the Titans. Like, they're very like anything could happen.
We'll see how they handle these teams.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. It all depends on what the number one team currently does. If the number one team currently loses horribly, you have no other choice but then to
Yeah,
put
yeah,
whoever
right.
The way
number
this
two is.
season's going, they could give up like 40 points to the Jags
No.
somehow, some way. And
The
then
only
we'd be
thing
like, what the
that
heck?
you're kind of stuck at now, which you could shift it around, but if like let's say the Titans win and they're winning against crappy teams, and the Cardinals win out against better teams, like are you going to move the Cardinals ahead of the Titans?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And then the other thing is, real quick, they're destined to lose a game versus one of the bad
They
teams
will.
that they play.
Everybody
They will.
is.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you panic and really drop them off after that, despite all these other
Not
teams
after
really
one
losing?
game.
Not
Not
after
after
one
one
game.
game. They would have to be consistent.
But remember, close game versus the Saints too.
Yep.
I don't know
Yeah.
who they play this
The
week.
Saints haven't been, which is kind of weird, but they haven't been a horrible team this
Yeah,
They're
year.
just
I
like
wouldn't,
a really
I wouldn't
average
consider
team.
the Saints to be like a huge like loss.
Right? No, me neither.
Beat the Bucs.
It was a close game. I don't consider the Saints to be like, oh my god, if they would have lost to them, like
Right.
they're a garbage team.
All right, let's move on.
wait. The Titans this
to-
week
he said- wait,
play
hold on.
the Texans.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the schedule they got.
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty easy.
So
Let's move on to number 1.
The only team that did not move.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Packers? I thought you had the Titans at number one for whatever reason
What?
last week.
Nope.
The
Mm-mm.
Titans?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
No, I
that would
had
be
them down.
crazy.
Yeah, well,
Pretty 4 or 5.
No, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Packers, yeah.
Nothing
They're
much
good,
to be
man.
said.
Aaron Jones, I don't know what happened to him. He might be out a few weeks, but like AJ Dillon's getting it done. So,
Yep.
I mean, I don't know.
yeah. Shout out the Seahawks. Showed
Has
the
Russ ever
defense
been
is really
shut
good.
out before? Do we
I
know?
don't know. I mean, I would like
You
to
wanna
say
ask
Like
him?
0 points?
Go ahead, ask him.
Dang.
I'll just call him.
Oh, he's right there.
Yo, Russ.
So why is your phone lit up? I thought your phone went black whenever you.
It's black, dude. It's literally black,
Oh, now it
guys.
is. Okay.
Hey, Russ.
What do you say?
Oh, it's Russ's wife. Hey, you want to go to dinner again tonight? Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you. Russ isn't available. Sorry, guys.
All right, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to be said. The Packers
crazy.
are
The Packers.
are rolling.
What was the final score of that game? 17.
17-0.
17-0.
nothing.
It's weird that they couldn't put up more points.
Yeah, but the
against them,
Seattle's defense is pretty nice.
Seattle's defense is a little bit better
A little
than
bit
what they
better,
were in the
but, like-
beginning of the season.
To be fair, they really didn't need to.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you,
I know.
regardless if you win by 17 points, whether it's 17-0 or 34-17, it's
Yep.
a 17-point win.
Yeah, exactly.
They were dancing on the sideline at the end of the game. They did not care. They were just getting down with it.
No, that's because DK Metcalf sparks people up, dude. You got to stop doing that stuff, man.
He got
Yeah.
ejected, then he tried to sneak back in the huddle. Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
A
That's
big
it.
dude like him tried to sneak back.
I
in the
like.
huddle.
I'm sorry, man. I can't stand players like that. I wanted to root for him so hard whenever he came into the NFL because he slipped down the draft board and all that, and then he started doing good. I'm like, oh, this is a cool story to watch. But now he's acting like a drama queen, man.
Yep.
I cannot freaking stand
He is,
that.
yeah.
I can't stand that,
Yep.
dude. You think you're like all that and whatnot? Like,
I still like
come
him.
on.
Only because I just don't
Come
watch him
on.
as heavy. Like if he was on the Steelers team doing that crap, I'd be like, dude, like
Same old
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, there you have it.
Not
week
bad, TJ. Not bad.
Not
going
bad.
into week 11.
I'm sure we'll be dogging on somebody else's power rankings soon.
Never.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Hey,
Hey, where them Colts at though? They won.
Yeah, where are the Colts at?
They're not. They're not better than the Patriots or the Chiefs.
My bet.
They gonna be. Hey, they gonna be.
Hey,
But,
if
they
they
better
do,
be.
I'll put them
Hey,
in there.
imagine putting $30 down on them to make it to the Super Bowl to win over $1,000.
Yeah, imagine doing that.
Would you do that?
Nah, not alone. Let's go.
I cannot get down with that.
Let's go.
Let's make that money, boys.
Go Colts.
That's the fastest way to lose $30. We'll see you in the next week's top 10 TJ's top 10 teams.
Did you say Pete's power rank?
Yeah.
Good day.
Good day.